Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. I got my car on this like temporary plastic because this drop ceiling, when the wind blows in, like that hat fell off before. Like dust gets on here, and then I'm finding myself every weekend having to clean it. So I just got this cover on Amazon. It's just a little plastic cover you use, you know, if you're doing work around here so your car don't get dirty. But I had this knife here, so I'm gonna show you. I got some parts in today. This box right here, this is from Tectonics Tuning. This is who I got my downpipe from, my midpipe, and the rest of my exhaust and the boiler muffler from. But what I got in here from them is to remove the midpipe and add a catalytic converter. So some of you might say, oh, why am I gonna add like a catalytic converter? Well, I don't like the exhaust smell when I'm driving. So when you come to a stop out here, if it's a little breezy and my windows open, then the exhaust smell that comes out just kind of lingers back in because I like driving around with the windows open. So I'm just going to go ahead and put that in, remove the mid pipe, put the catalytic converter in, and then hopefully that reduces that smell. I also got a kink line in my gas tank, so the vent line. So the filler goes down here to the gas tank, and then from here there's two lines that are vents, and I got to find the kink. I think the kink is somewhere in between here because that had folded one time. So I got to remove that kink in order so the gas could go down. I don't smell all the gas when I fill up because I'm beginning to smell gas. Then on here, I got this box here. This is going to be the center vent, like rubber that goes in between the center vent. And let me see if I could cut this open with one hand open here. And this blade's kind of dull, but let's see here. So this right here is kind of like an awkward part. That's kind of hard to find. Only two of these on eBay. But this piece right here, and I'll show you, this goes onto, so you got your AC box, and then right in front of the AC box with the vent, this piece goes in, right? So I can't, let me see where I put my other vent, because I've been throwing parts in here, and you would think I might have that, but I don't know where it is. So anyways, that part, I'll show you where that part goes. Let me just take this plastic cover off and move this out here. I didn't think you guys noticed in the last video, I went ahead and put the wing on. So I glued that on with windshield glue. So urethane windshield glue, and that's what's holding that. Because if you never mounted anything, you'd be trying to figure out, how do I glue a part on? How do I glue a part on? Well, you could use windshield glue for that. So now in here, where your vents go, this is not the original vent. I have the original vent, but this is when I 3D print it. And you can see how long it is, and I have some clips on here. But in here, that's the vent that's actually closed. That vent opens up when the AC is on. So this piece goes inside there so that when you put the OEM vent in, and I don't know if I'm putting it on correctly, but it's plastic, so you can kind of fold it. But it keeps the air trapped in between. So I didn't have that part, and that's kind of where it goes. So I'm going to be playing around with that, getting that piece in there, making sure I got that in there. Then I could put the stock vent back on here, and the stock vent will hold because it holds in between both of these pieces here. So in a perfect world, once I got both of my hands, that's why it's hard for me to film and do things. Then I don't wear a GoPro on my head. Even though I have one, I'm just not on that level. So that goes right in there, and then your other vent goes in there. The other vent's kind of long like this, and the other one clips onto that so that the air could just flow right to you. All right, so now on these other boxes, I told you that I got the catalytic converter, that vent piece. In this box right here, I got a brand new dryer bottle. So the one that I got for the AC before was no good because it had two male fittings on there like this, and then that, you see, So this one's female, and then that one is, I guess, male right here. So they're all air closed. So you don't want to open these until you're ready to hook up your lines. They're the seals for them. So this one's brand new, is not used. Okay, so I got to buy myself a brand new one. This little bag, I just end up ordering a brand new check valve for my brake booster, which I don't need, but it's good to have an extra part, so I have it right here. So A to E check valve. So that's what's in there. That's what I got in there. Those boxes are gone. And then in here, I had to order used. You can see this was closed like this, and they shipped this to me like this, right? With this sticking out, which is ridiculous because that's like the most important part I need. But I'm gonna go ahead and cut that open. And this one here, if I could just, harder to do this with one hand. So let me, you know what? Let me pause this for a minute. All right, that was a little difficult with one hand. So I got it open and I haven't pulled anything out, but they look like they just put in some glasses here. Oh, look, it's got Volkswagen on it. Pretty cool. All right, what else is in here? Let's pull this thing out. This is gonna be a used part. There's some other stuff in here. There's a flyer here for Euro Summit International in Catskill Mountains. That's in New York. I'm a little far from there. A lollipop. Not gonna eat that, but that's cool. Thank you. Some stuff from Target. Some stickers, Tectonic stickers. I'm sure there's more in the Tectonics box. And then Euro Summit International. That's pretty cool. Put that underneath my hood. And I used to put a bunch of these on my lift. We used to call these stickers for the lift. Stickers for the lift. So that's cool. Got that. And then there's they actually gave me a warranty card. Okay. Anyways, get rid of that box. Get rid of that. And then this is the part I ordered right here, guys. You can see that this is what I needed. And if you look at my prior videos, you know that I had this part, but I didn't have it complete. So here it is complete with the dryer bottle. But again, I'm not using a used dryer bottle. You don't want to use a used dryer bottle because these are meant to dry the evaporator. So once you get moisture in there, they're pretty much shot. So, but what I do need is this line right here. So this is the line I need, and it's super dirty. So you can see my hands are already getting dirty. So I'm gonna go ahead and clean this off with some degreaser right quick. And it looks like it's got a bent right here. Someone's bent this pretty bad. So I hope it's not bad, but you can see a huge kink right here. So I'm gonna go ahead and, this goes on my AC condenser here. So I'm gonna go ahead and open my hood and I'm gonna show you where it goes. And the ones I have was cut. So I wanted one that was actually not cut. So hopefully this one's good here. This is a bunch of BS right here. Hopefully this is not a problem. I didn't realize that, but you can see it's pretty bent there. So, and you got your high and low switch here for the sensors. So I'm gonna go ahead and clean that up right quick, and then I will open up the hood and show you where that goes so that I could seal up all my AC. So once I get that hooked up, I'm gonna pour some oil in the AC line, and I bought the oil, and you know, oh, here it is. So for R134, so here's some lubricant. So, you know, you could get the oil, you know, drained in there. But I'm going to go ahead and pour some oil in the condenser. I'm going to pour some oil in the dryer. And then I'm going to seal up all the lines. And then if all my lines are sealed, then, you know, this week I'm going to stop at my buddy's shop and I'm going to have him vacuum the line. Vacuum all the line, make sure that it's not leaking anywhere. And then we're going to go ahead and fill it up with freon. Once I got freon in there, then the rest is for me to just get all the, you know, the compressor hooked up, the high and low, make sure my relay is working, my 4-thing relay, and then turn on the AC. And in a perfect world, I should have air conditioning. So I'm going to go ahead and do that. All right, so I'm going to pour that in there after I make sure that my lines are going to fit. There's a razor blade I was looking for. So let me go ahead and get this hood open and see if the line's going to fit. Clean that thing up. So I try to clean it up, but it's not clean at all. But I took my vise and I slightly bent it back into some shape. And as you can see here, so I got my 2 lines hooked up to my AC compressor using S&P's parts for mk1 to VR6. They got these little conversions. that screw into this and then go into the compressor. So what I got to redo is replace my dryer, because you can see on the mk1 I only have one switch, which I believe that's my evaporator switch for the mk1, but cabriolet has two, and I got to add these two because I have the harness over there for two, and then I just got to find the other wire for the compressor. So you can see here, there's my AC condenser. The bottom one's hooked up, and I got to hook up that top one right there, as you can see, to the dryer. So that means this dryer is going to be coming up somewhere, sitting probably on top here, going into that. So I'm going to go ahead and hook this up, put a new ring on here and hooking this up, and then seeing how I can hook it up to the dryer so that I can at least have this whole thing hooked up. Hopefully this last line reaches. If not, I'm going to have to be by that, but most likely that's not going to reach. So, but let's see. All right. So I'll be right back when I hook this up. And once I figure that it reaches, then I'll go ahead and pour the oil in the condenser. All right, so here's the BS that happens when you're working on mk1. Every time you order a part and you think you're gonna get far, this is why this car, it was nothing but hell for me, you know, and it caused issues and arguments, and it even caused a friendship, which sucks. But so let me go back to this. So I installed this line here, as you can see. There's the two things. Cabriolet sits right on top here. They kind of bent out. I got to bend this back. But I come here, you can see it's bent down. Now this, I had to cut this off. This is where the dryer bottle go. And this is the nozzle that goes on. I'm going to have to get this fixed or get this line replaced now. Why? Okay, so here's the brand new dryer bottle right here. You can see. So this piece is going to go right in here. All right, which you can see I got to bend that up a little bit. Take it out, bend it up, whatever. And then this other piece goes here. All right, and then you got a little clamp that goes in there with the brand new dry bottle so that you can seal this system. Well, okay, now the old dryer bottle, here it is. So this is the dryer bottle that came on eBay, which you can see they took both ends of these. This is from the mk1 cabriolet. All right, so now the one that I had on my car, someone had stripped it prior and I never noticed it. I tried to get it off. They might have had a leak on the dryer, and instead of replacing the dryer bottle, they just kept stripping and stripping it. Well, that has been in there forever. So I can't get that piece of crap off. So I had to cut it off, you know, which means now, you know, I got a collection of dryer bottles. Like, I don't even know why someone would sell these on eBay. It's like, you're dumb if you're going to buy a used dryer bottle. So now I got to find this line that goes into the AC box and replace that. That goes to the evaporator. And then install the dryer bottle. So you can see that this is already a ongoing project. And then my wire harness is over there, but I'm not going to run that. I was going to run that underneath the dash here and zip tie it underneath here, because it'll be fine underneath here. But, you know, until I get this resolved here, I ain't doing shit. Also, I need to tape up this headlight harness here. It's just dangling here. So that's kind of like where I'm at. So once I get these lines secured and I could make sure I have no leaks, where I could get the brand new dryer bottle in and, you know, put the oil in, vacuum the system and make sure there's no leaks, then I could go and hook everything up and then pray and cross my fingers that the AC turns on. I know the compressor works on this because it had freeon. There's a brand new condenser. Hopefully that doesn't have any leaks. And hopefully I don't have any leaks on this old stuff in the air box, you know, on the evaporator that's in there. You got like the evaporator, and then you got the evaporator for the dryer. So hopefully there's none in that, and then I could start this whole old AC things, because you can't find these old lines anymore. You could probably get them made, which most likely at the end of the day, that's probably what's going to happen to me. I had to disconnect my catch cam, which I'm going to reconnect, so I could, you know, bend this thing up. And as you can see now, you know, I'm in another world, because they don't make like a shark bite that goes on here, you know, and fixes your AC line. So either A, I bring that to somebody to fix it, where they weld a piece to it, like a coupler or whatever, or I find a new line on eBay. I'll use one that's not broken or bent into 1,000 pieces and try to, you know, rebend this line here, you know, carefully. I got to bend this up, take it off, bend this so that this is bent up to actually catches the dryer bottle, and then lower the mount. So save this piece of garbage so I could lower those clamp mounts, lower them down so it could hold the dryer bottle a little higher like that, instead of all the way down there. I have to be somewhere around here like that. So that's kind of where I'm at right now with this thing. I came here to do that, just to see. I came here late just now just to see. Outside of that, I guess that's going to be on pause until I find that part and keep working on it. Thank God the weather's still nice here in the morning, but I like to get my AC running for the summer. So what I'm going to do next this week when I have time is replace the catalytic converter. So I'm going to go ahead and pause the video and show you that and put all this stuff away. And then that's where I end the video. So there's the start and the journey of getting AC in an MK1. I got a cabriolet harness. All right. So that's why I'm using, you know, the cabriolet sensors here, because my cabriolet is from a cabriolet, and then my engine is harness is from TDC shop. So I have the two plugs for these, and then I just got to jump from the cabriolet stuff to power up the condenser, and then make sure it's hooked up to the 4-point relay and having the correct fuse, and then boom. I know my box works inside because I fixed that, so I should be good to go as long as I don't got any leaks. So I had to cut this out because there was no way in hell that I was gonna get this off. And as you can see how seized up that is on there, bro. Like, God knows, 25 years, ridiculous, man. It's always something, I'm telling you. Even when you're building one of these cars, yeah, you'll get a lot of new parts like rims, tires, calipers, rotors, control arms. You could find motor mounts, bushings, window seals, windshields, windows you could probably find. But it's really difficult to find, you know, old parts brand new anymore because they don't make them anymore. So you're having to find a donor car, or you got to improvise. Maybe get something old and get something new. You know, not to mention this motor is from a 2002. So we're in 2024. So that motor right there, dude, looks pretty cool. I mean, you're talking 22 years old. 22 years old, man. You know, that's insane. So 22-year-old motor, I mean, that's already old, bro. You know, dealing with old cars is a problem. You know, a lot of guys want to go out and buy, like, you know, the R34s now that are legal to come into the United States, and R33s. We'll try to find parts for that. Try to find parts for RB25, RB26 if you're into JDM cars. It's not easy, or any old car, you know, unless they're American muscle cars and you got companies out there that are reproducing them. That's kind of where we're at. So anyways, I wish I could find these parts brand new. I can't. So that's kind of where I'm at. And I'm not going to go buy a donor car and spend, you know, $1,500 or $2,000 on a cabriolet so I could take parts of it when I don't even have the space for it. So I'm going to take a pause on this AC thing until I find this part. But that was the whole point of coming here and just seeing if I could get this on here, seeing what I need. And then I could work at least on the catalytic converter and that vent tube this week. This way, because I'm going to a car show on Sunday. And those are the two most important things. This AC stuff is just going to be the project that I'm going to be working on, you know, getting that on. And then hopefully you guys learn from that. So let me go wash my hands, take a pause, clean this up. I'll show you the catalytic converter that goes into the mid pipe. And then that's where I'll end this video. Thanks again. I'll be right back. All right, I just washed my hands, put my tools away, put the catch can back. I don't need to put a coupler there. I mean, I can, but I'm not going to put one on there because that thing doesn't come off. But I went ahead and opened up the Tectonics boxes. If you have an MK1, you can see you'll remove the mid pipe, and, you know, you could get one of these. This one connects right to the exhaust, and you can see all the filters and stuff in there for the catalytic converter. Hopefully that'll dial down with the exhaust smell. It might take down some of the rumbleness noise, but we'll see when I put it on, see what it sounds like. Hopefully it's not as quiet. Here's a clamp. Here's the bracket that goes in there. And hopefully this right here will help me with fuel efficiency as well. Laugh out loud, but take away from that smell that I get from the exhaust, so that this car could last long and at least run really nice and have no issues with it. That's the most thing I want to daily this car. I don't want any issues. That's why, well, I don't know how to daily this car. because I'm not going to. But I want it to feel like it daily, so that if I want to drive it, it feels just as safe as it does, you know, stock. So if you want to do a catalytic converter, there it is right there from Tectonic. You just replace the mid pipe. That's right here. Just take the mid pipe off. Comes off those 3 screws. Pull the exhaust back. Slide that sucker in. Put the screws in. Boom. Done. Try it. Even has a bong. I guess if you're going to run an O2 or something there. But my O2s are in the front. So hopefully that's not an issue. So I still got my mid pipe. If for some reason it's quiet or something and I don't like it, then guess what, bro? I'm going to pull it out and I'll just deal with the smell. But for right now, I'm doing that because the smell kind of bothers me right now. And I just want to continue shaking down the car. Once I get everything cleared out, then maybe one day I'll go ahead and put my mid pipe back. If it's quiet and I'm going to like some crazy Volkswagen show, like Euro Tripping or something else, then I can always take this off and put my mid pipe on. This way I can make my V6 sound, you know? So let's see. Randy at Tectonic said it's not going to do that. It's just going to take the smell out. It still sound good because I got the boiler muffler. So we'll see how it sounds. And outside of that, so here's the mess that I'm in with the AC. I got to get this thing made, that thing made, and that's kind of where I'm at. So that's the end for this short video. I'm going to wrap it up for right now. This week I work in the catalytic converter. I'll show you guys how it sounds before and after. I'm going to go ahead and close the hood, put this cover back on so I don't get dirty and get home because it's kind of late. Thanks again for watching. Don't forget to subscribe and give me a thumbs up. And I'll see you on the next one.